Hey guys, in this video we are going to be making a shawl. This is going to be a remake of the first video that I ever put up on YouTube because I do know that it is hard to watch. So I am going to remake that today using the exact same yarn, and that is the Super Saver Ombre yarn in the color Scuba. So this is a size 4 medium weight yarn. The recommended hook size is 5.5 millimeters, and you can use that size if you would like. I am going to be using a 6.5 millimeter because I would like mine to be a little more loose. You can do the same, or as I said, you can use the recommended hook size. In this skein of yarn, there is 482 yards. I am only going to use this one skein, and working that ends up being about 58 inches across the top of the shawl and 28 inches down the middle of it. You can, of course, make yours bigger or smaller than that by just continuing the pattern more or less times. To start this, we are going to start by making a magic ring to make a slip knot. So we are going to start with the tail end over the front of our hand like this, wrap the yarn around our hand so that it crosses and has this loop, then pull the continuing yarn through the loop to make a slip knot and pull that tight. You will then insert your hook in this loop and pull the continuing yarn tight so that it cinches up to your hook, but not too tight so that you can still move it around. To get started doing this, we are going to start with a chain of 5. So to do that, we are going to wrap our yarn around our hook and pull it through the loop on our hook for a chain of 1. Then yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 4, yarn over, pull through 5. And that is a chain of 5. We are then going to slip stitch into the first chain of the 5. So we are going to insert our hook into that stitch, then pull up a loop, then bring that loop through the loop on our hook and pull that tight. So we have now just created this loop that we are now going to be working all of our work into for this first row. So for the first row, we are going to start off with a chain of 4, which does count as a triple crochet, and then we're going to work 4 more triple crochets into this loop. So we're going to yarn over twice for 3 loops on our hook, go into that loop, yarn over and pull up a 4th loop on our hook, then yarn over and pull through 2 for 3 loops left, yarn over and pull through 2 for 2 loops left, yarn over and pull through the last 2. So you will then work 3 more triple crochets into this same loop. When you have 5 triple crochets all in the same loop, including the beginning chain 4, we will then chain 3 and work 5 more triple crochets into this same loop, again by yarning over twice, going into the loop and pulling up a 4th loop, yarning over and going through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over and go through 2 for a triple crochet, and again work 4 more triple crochets into this same loop. When you have finished working those 4 triple crochets, we should then have a total of 5 triple crochets on this side with the beginning chain 4, a chain 3 in the middle, and 5 triple crochets on this side. For the next row, we are going to turn our work and start with a chain of 4, which again does count as a triple crochet. Then we are going to work 2 triple crochets into this same stitch for a total of 3 triple crochets all in this first stitch. We will then go on to work 1 triple crochet in the next 4 stitches. When you have worked those 4 stitches, you should then have a total of 7 triple crochets so far on this row, including the beginning chain 4. So we will now go on to work 2 triple crochets around the next chain 3 space. Again, work 2 around that space, then chain 3, and work 2 more triple crochets around this same chain 3 space. So we should have 2 triple crochets, a chain 3, 2 triple crochets all around this chain 3 space. Then we will go on to work 1 triple crochet in the next 4 stitches. When you have worked those 4 stitches, you are then left with the chain 4 from the beginning of the last row, which is our last stitch. So just like at the beginning of this row, we are going to work 3 triple crochets all into this last stitch, which is the 4th chain of the beginning 4 from the last row. So again, work 3 triple crochets all into this same last stitch, and then we should be left with 9 triple crochets on either side of our chain 3 space. For round 3, we are going to turn our work and start off with a chain of 5, and this time it counts as a triple crochet and a chain 1. We are then going to work a triple crochet into this same stitch for 2 triple crochets and a chain 1 in this same stitch, then chain 1 again, and triple crochet into the same stitch one more time for 3 triple crochets and 2 chain 1 spaces, all in this same stitch. We are then going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and triple crochet into the next, and repeat this until we come to the chain 3 space, again by chaining 1, skipping a stitch, and triple crocheting into the next stitch, again repeating this until we come to the chain 3 space. When you have worked that all the way up until the chain 3 space, and you have a triple crochet in the last stitch before the chain 3 space, you should then have 7 triple crochets and 6 chain 1 spaces. We will then go on to chain 1 and work a triple crochet around the chain 3 space, then chain 1 and triple crochet around the chain 3 space again, then chain 3 and triple crochet around the chain 3 space, chain 1 and triple crochet around the chain 3 space one last time, and then we are going to go on to mirror the other side exactly how we did it. So we are going to chain 1 and triple crochet into this very first triple crochet stitch, then we will chain 1, skip a stitch, and triple crochet into the next stitch, and we will repeat this all the way across by chaining 1, skipping a stitch, and triple crocheting into the next, and do this until we have 2 stitches left at the end. When you have those 2 stitches left, you should have a triple crochet in the 3rd to last stitch and a chain 1. So then we will skip this 2nd to last stitch and triple crochet into the last stitch, which is the chain 4 from the beginning of the last row. And just like the other side of this row, we are then going to chain 1 and work another triple crochet into this same stitch, then chain 1 and work 1 more triple crochet into this same stitch for 3 triple crochets and 2 chain spaces, all in this last stitch. So you should now again have 9 triple crochets across one side and 8 chain 1 spaces, and then the chain 3 in the middle. For row 4, we are going to turn our work and start with a chain of 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then we are going to double crochet 2 more times into this same stitch. So to do that, we are going to yarn over once, insert our hook into the stitch, and pull up a loop for 3 loops on our hook, then yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So then work another double crochet into this same stitch, and then we're going to go on to work 1 double crochet around the next chain 1 and work a double crochet into the next triple crochet stitch, and then repeat this all the way until you have come to the chain 3 space, again by double crocheting around each chain 1 and into each stitch all the way until the chain 3 space. When you have come to the chain 3 space and have worked a double crochet in the last stitch before the chain 3 space, you should then have a total of 19 double crochets at this point. We will then go on to work 2 double crochets around the chain 3 space, then chain 3 and work 2 more double crochets around this same chain 3 space for a total of 2 double crochets, a chain 3, and 2 double crochets all around this chain 3 space. We are then going to double crochet into this very next triple crochet stitch and around the next chain 1 space, and repeat this all the way until you come to the chain 5 space from the beginning of this row. So again, double crochet into the next stitch and around the next chain 1 space until you come to the beginning chain 5 from the last row. When you have worked a double crochet into the last triple crochet and you are now at the chain 5 from the beginning of the last row, we will then work a double crochet around the 5th chain, and then we are going to work 3 double crochets into the 4th chain. So again, work 3 double crochets all into that same stitch, and that should give us 21 stitches on each side with the chain 3 in the middle. You will now go on to repeat rows 3 and row 4 the exact same way that we just worked them for however many times it takes you to reach the size that you would like your shawl to be. I again am only going to be using this one skein of yarn, so I'm going to go on to repeat rows 3 and row 4 as many times as it takes me to make the top of the shawl be 58 inches across from one corner to the other and about 28 inches down the middle, and then we will go on to work a border around the edge. When you have worked your shawl to be the size that you would like it to be, we will go on to work a border around the outside. I have worked my shawl to be 58 inches across the top from one corner to the other and about 28 inches down the middle. This is about how much yarn I have left after working my shawl to be that size. So again, after you work your shawl to be the size you would like it to be, we will go on to work a border around the outside. When your shawl is the size you would like it to be, we will start the border right where we left off with the body of the shawl. So with our loop on our hook, we are again going to turn our work, chain 1, and work 1 single crochet into the same stitch. Then go on to work 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way until the very tip of your shawl where we have the chain 3. When you have come to the chain 3 at the tip of your shawl, we will then go on to work 4 single crochets into this chain 3 space, and you will probably have to make room for the 4th one, but squeeze 4 single crochets into that chain 3 space, and then we will go on to work 1 single crochet in each stitch along this next side, again until you come to the next corner of your shawl. When you have come to the next corner of your shawl and you have 1 stitch left, which is the beginning chain 3 from your last row, we will then go on to work 3 single crochets all into the 3rd chain of that beginning 3. So again, work 3 single crochets all into that top stitch, and then we will go on to work 1 single crochet for each stitch all the way along this side until we come to the middle chain in the middle of our shawl, which is right here. So again, you will want to work 1 single crochet in the side of each stitch all the way along this edge. So if it is a double crochet row, you will want to work 3 single crochets in the side of that row, and if it is a triple crochet row, you will want to work 4 single crochets in the side of that row. When you have come to the chain space in the middle of the top of your shawl, we will then go on to work 3 single crochets into this chain space. Again, work 3 single crochets into that space, and then we will continue on this other side, working it the same way as we have been until we come to the next corner of our shawl, which is the corner that we started on. When you have come back to this very first double crochet, which we started our border on, we are going to go on to work 2 single crochets into the side of this double crochet stitch, and then we are going to work 2 more single crochets into the very beginning stitch that we started in, which is this stitch right here if you look at it from the front. So work 2 more single crochets into that same stitch and slip stitch into the top of the very first single crochet that we made for the border. If you want to go on to work more than 1 round around the outside of your shawl, you are more than welcome to. You will just need to make sure to keep adding a few stitches in the corners of your shawl to make sure that it keeps rounding the edges in the same way. Otherwise, this is all there is to it, and you will just weave in your ends. And that's all there is to it. So I hope that that was helpful and enjoyable for you. If it was, please hit that sub, like, and bell button and leave me a comment to tell me what you think. I hope that you guys go on to create many more amazing things. And until next time, guys, I'll see ya.